see. Good LGBTQIA plus from these mountain tops. We got a whiskey in the cup and no plans to stop. Tech news, hot takes, and a little bit of fight. So buckle up, sugar, it's gonna be a ride. Well, the mountain bears, turn up the sound. If you ain't ready, better leave this town. We're big, bold, and breaking the mold. So grab a drink and let's let it unfold.
Good evening and welcome to Mountain Bears on the Psyche Coffee Shop Network. I'm Aeson Knight, and of course I'm sitting down with the Techy with the mostest, Techy Joe. How are you, darling?
I'm doing well. How are you this evening?
Tired, but a good tired.
Oh, thanks, Devin. We're glad you loved the theme song. Brenda. Apparently my headset didn't charge, so I had to switch ears there on you guys. Sorry about that.
It's all right. You'll catch up.
There we go.
But no, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. It's been a good week. Like, I've been kicking some ass and taking some names.
Mm-hmm. There was Kobe Asian Fusion this evening.
Exactly, which always makes the bear happy.
It does. It does. It does.
Yeah, especially when it's my order and not like pre-made.
Always makes spirit.
Yeah, we've had this discussion before. But I'll repeat it for the new folks. I very rarely order something off the menu as it is on the menu.
We just got him to a Taco Bell order that I could give it a drive-through.
I did.
But yeah.
And I think that's the problem of working and being in restaurants for so long. Like, I know what these ingredients are. I know what I want on my plate. I also know what I can do to all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have. Well, I will say Kobe has fun with your orders.
They do. They always raise an eyebrow, and it's like, oh, it's for him. Like, they know instantly he's not eating it.
I start the order with, let's get the hard one out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's the shape of this one.
Yeah. Of course, they keep introducing you to new dishes, and I keep adapting them to my taste buds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Yeah.
All that and the gluten-free issue, like that's they've had to modify a couple of things to make that happen. So
right.
But they've been really cool with it.
They have. They've been one of the best. Now, granted, the one restaurant that is shaking and baking, not the one I would have expected to do it, and that is the Bob Evans. They have the menu ready. They're ready to adapt anything I want. They never get it wrong.
They do great. Like, that has been a giant surprise, especially considering, like, it was one of those that you would normally expect as like a country kitchen. That you're not going to get that level of, because I mean, it is mostly a good chunk of their menu is like biscuits and gravy and waffles and pancakes. Like, it's that kind of fare, which when we ran into this at Cracker Barrel, and it's like, good luck. Like, that's all you can just say about trying to go gluten-free at Cracker Barrel is good luck.
There's a salad. They can fix you a steak. They think it's gluten-free, but can't guarantee it. And there's fried potatoes.
Yeah. It's a short list. But then we go to to Bob Evans, and they have a whole like pre-printed gluten-free menu.
Right.
Like, it's very organized. There's multiple options.
Right.
And, even things that like, well, technically
Mm-hmm.
the meal as it's, comes is not gluten-free.
Right.
Well, we can fix that.
Uh-huh.
And it's like how to order it gluten-free. And it's like,
Right.
we really appreciate that.
Right. And there's gluten-free dad and gluten-free mom. They are blog writers that have gone through, tested the recipes, figured out which restaurants are the best or how I can shortcut a restaurant. Like, they will tell me exactly what to order there. Mm-hmm.
Which is super, super helpful.
It is, because there's another one called Find My Food or Find My Gluten Free.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most useless site. Like, it was user based, user driven, and there is a Karen that has gone through every restaurant and commented cross contamination, cross contamination. I mean, it's fucking useless.
It's like, well, that's probably true, but I'm pretty sure anyone who's ended up here
Mm-hmm.
has already figured out that's going to be a risk.
Right.
Going to be a risk.
You're going to have to rock it through and allow it to be what it is and deal with it.
Oh yeah. Well, and then I've noticed, like this is starting to happen more and more with products,
Right.
And like the great value Walmart products.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tried to find this trail mix this evening.
Right.
Oh, heaven help me. If all of them do not have every single allergen warning you could possibly have
Mm-hmm.
as a potential slapped on that label, it's like that ain't even useful now.
Right.
It's like basically eat at your own risk is like we just marked ourselves clear for everything.
Exactly. And
You
it's
can't
like,
sue us.
right. And it's like, don't buy that. Don't care what it is. Don't care how good the price is. Just don't buy that. I never used. There was one thing I was brand specific on, and that was my mayonnaise. Now I'm brand specific on everything.
Yeah, everything that'll tell us whether or not it's gluten free, or very carefully list the things that's exactly gonna be a problem.
Right.
Like, let me make a choice if there's a potential like this
Right.
equipment also processes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make a choice there. That's a judgment call.
Right.
But yeah, no, going through and just like slapping the warning about everything on it. It's
Right.
like, it's trail mix.
Right.
What are y'all doing? Although I did notice today, and this may actually be the legitimacy behind all of it,
Mm-hmm.
there's now a birthday cake trail mix at Walmart.
Really?
Yeah, birthday cake trail mix. And I'm like,
Really? Just really?
I
Why?
appreciate that birthday cake was one of those flavor fads that
Mm-hmm.
has gone through.
Right.
Trail mix.
Yeah.
Like,
Can we not?
trail mix.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my interesting moment this evening. Was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, there's birthday trail mix.
Right.
Like one more thing we did.
Yeah.
So
One
yeah.
more thing we did not need is birthday. Of course, they've been doing confetti and birthday trail all the way through.
Well, even like the Reese cups for Easter this year had
Mhm.
sprinkles.
Well,
They weren't bad.
right.
They weren't bad. Like I do like the crunchiness in the middle. That was
Right.
kind of cool.
That was it.
But I was like, I never really like who sees it?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they had done like a white chocolate Reese's cup with like a couple little sprinkles on the top,
Right.
I'd follow that. Or the broken
Right.
sprinkles in the white chocolate, I'd follow that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh no. Brenda's waiting to see if Duke's has changed now that it's been sold.
Probably not.
I know, right? Oh well, the Valentine's Reese's look like a nutsack. Y'all just figured that out? Y'all just figured that out. Like, yeah.
There were a few ladies I'm quite sure went and bought the Valentine's Easter egg, the Valentine's Reese's, and then stopped by and grabbed a Butterfinger and used the cigarette lighter and melted them together for presents for the friends.
Devin's like, I gobbled them bitches up.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, so we're going to dig into some local news, and we're going to be talking about one of the latest People articles that are interesting that we're making the news finally, and then we're going to hop over, and I don't know what else we're doing tonight. We'll see.
All right. Well, Beckley Pride will not return this year. So an annual event in support of the LGBTQIA plus community in Southern West Virginia will not return this year. And since 2019, Beckley Pride has held celebrations during June, which is Pride Month, but this year the event will not take place. Quote, this decision comes due to unforeseen personal circumstances affecting key members of our board, said the organization. As a small community-led organization that has poured its heart into celebrating love, identity, and resilience for the past 5 years, this was not a decision made lightly. Those with the event say this is not the end of Beckley Pride, just a hiatus. Quote, it's more than a celebration. It's a symbol of visibility, unity, and joy, said the organization. We are incredibly grateful for your continued support, and we hope to return stronger, rested, and ready to uplift our community again in 2026.
Right. I'm telling you now, go to Greenbrier. Go to Pride and Holler. Those people kick it. They kick it every month. They're doing things every month. I haven't gotten to go down there yet. I will be going down there this year. I'm not going to be setting up. It's going to be a personal day, but they are always doing something. Lewisburg, here we come.
Well, yeah, there's that one. There's, of course, always Charleston Pride. So no one has to worry about the two being on the same day this year.
Right.
Sorry, it's been kind of an ongoing.
Right. We've seen that for a number of, like, people are taking it off, expenses are high, things are getting really hard, to put it lightly, to plan events. Sales and insurances have skyrocketed. Problematical people have skyrocketed. Tasing them has been made illegal, unfortunately.
Well, but this is Beckley Pride. There's usually one protester.
I know, and the poor dude is going to pass out. The problem is he's gotten older. I remember when he was younger, that boy needed some water. Yeah, but, he's not learned yet.
No, bring water. If you're going to protest, bring water.
Yes, and lots of it.
A1 on the list. You don't protest without fluids.
Yeah.
It's a very short protest without fluids.
Yeah.
People fall down, go boom.
Right. But, he's gotten older.
May not agree, but we don't want you to fall down, go boom.
Well, we don't want you to fall down, go boom. When people offer you water, if you're actually being nice, stop being a dick and refusing it and afraid that it's going to turn you rainbow. This ain't Bob from Cafe Latte where we can just turn your skin rainbow. First of all, we'd have to have your full name.
Oh, there you go. Yes, 1 for hydration, 2 to rinse eyes and wipe off things. Yes, things happen in protests. Though, again, Beckley Pride, very calm event.
Very calm, very organized. They even give them a nice little processing section to stay in so security can guard them so that, the lesbians and drag queens don't throw them off the building.
The lesbians and drag queens are not throwing people off.
Let them insult their mechanical skills. I promise you they will throw them off the top of that motor speedway.
No. The intermodal gateway?
Mm-hmm.
Not a motor speedway. It's an intermodal gateway index.
Again, they will throw them off of it.
Okay.
But, you know, so my recommendations, if you're doing Pride this year, are in this order. I would do Greenbrier Pride. Like, they are very active. They do a lot of things. They look to be very inclusive.
So yeah, technically that's the Greenbrier Valley Pride, and for
Mm-hmm.
2025,
Mm-hmm.
that is June 28th.
Right. And then I would do Parkersburg. And then I would go and do Charleston. And then if you have time, key point there is having time, then I would do Morgantown. But Morgantown's more of a picnic, so take a lunch.
True. All right. So knowing that those dates are coming up, I wanted to make sure we got all those out there for us. So Parkersburg Pride, they've got a bunch of stuff going on. They basically almost have an entire year of Pride.
Right. Like they're
So,
at it.
yeah, they had a game night in February, skating party in March, outlandish bingo this month on the 5th. Next month is Give Local MOV. That's on the 6th of May. June 14th is Pride Fest. July, there's a pool party, bowling in August. September 21st, potluck picnic. October 18th is a Halloween bingo. And there's an event not yet scheduled for November. And there is a Friendsgiving December 13th. Like, I think January is the only thing they took off.
Well, and I think that's because of the weather.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But they have a very active Pride up there. And then, Greenbrier.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait. That's the wrong Charleston Pride. I always forget to put the WV on Charleston Pride. You get all the right ones with the others, and I forget every time for Charleston.
Right.
Oh, wow. They're just kicking off June. June 1st is Charleston, West Virginia Pride.
Right.
They're just no chill at all on Pride. It is June 1st.
Right.
Like, we're just right there.
2025 Holler with Pride is June 28th.
Yeah. That's what I'd said.
Yeah. But they do things all year round. They've got a whole web page. Like they've moved out of the Facebook.
Well, Morgantown Pride's going to be fun this year. I think their website may be down.
That's a possibility because that one is student run.
True.
So that could be an issue.
Yeah.
One person graduates, the next one doesn't pass it along, all that fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure when exactly theirs is going to be.
Right.
We've got a lot of things going on for 2025, but I'm not seeing it.
Right.
But they do a lot. So
they do. Yeah. So, but Holler in the Pride is where we're going to be at. We may make it to Charleston. We will see. And if you're going to protest, since protests are big right now, hydration is important. But Brenda, I don't agree with rinsing eyes and wiping off things. Milk. Tear gas rinse is better in milk.
yeah, but it's really hard to just carry around milk all day without that getting icky.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's icky or not. You're not drinking it. You need the acetate to get things off of it.
Oh, okay. Very true.
the lactate. All right. So there's that. I hate that Beckley Prod is taking a year off, but sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah. Well, and I do hope like things settle down with their board,
Mhm.
and that they can get back for 2026.
Right.
Yeah. Alrighty. So moving on, two Oregon polyamorous couples who live together with their kids star in new TLC show Polyfamily. The TLC channel has for years followed the adventures of Oregon's Roloff family in the series Little People, Big World. Now, another group of Oregonians are getting the cable spotlight in the new TLC reality show Polyfamily. According to a press release from TLC, Polyfamily dives deep into the world of polyamory and non-traditional family structures. The show follows two married couples, Alyssa and Tyler, and Sean and Taya, who have chosen to live together as a closed quad. In this unconventional family setup, Tyler is dating Sean's wife, Taya, and Sean is dating Tyler's wife, Alyssa. With 4 children already and another on the way, the quad is redefining what it means to be a family.
Right.
The release also says Alyssa and Tyler have been married for 11 years and came into the quad with 2 school-age children of their own. Since joining the quad, Alyssa gave birth to her 3rd child. Meanwhile, Sean and Taya, married for 6 years, welcomed her first baby after becoming a quad, and now Taya is about to give birth to her 2nd child. With 5 kids in the picture, things are bound to get complicated, especially since the biological father of the 3 younger kids remains unknown. The quad has intentionally chosen not to find out who the father is to avoid jealousy and remain committed and equal parents, which they discover is much easier in theory than in practice. So, yeah.
This will be interesting. The reason I say this will be interesting, but I question, is this the replacement for Sister Wives?
Interesting question. And I think part of that question also goes to, is everyone just sick of Sister Wives at this point?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, as in, has the rabbit hole of derp that is Cody Brown finally sunk to a low that it's like no one cares anymore? Just
Right.
no one cares.
Right.
Because it's just a perpetually deeper hole.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. You know, and it's a continually trying to balance and do thing whole. And I really question with all of it, you know, Sister Wives is spinning down. There's no one's filming together. We're into the 2nd season. Where are we at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a lot. It's had a long run. A lot has happened. But I think at this point it may have just finally hit its bridge too.
Right.
That it's kind of. I mean, like, is anyone ready for round 2 of that?
What? The polycule, I think, will be
basically-
different.
Do what now?
I think the polycule will be different.
Oh, Polyfamily?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Polyfamily will be different. I was just trying to think, you know, in the whole Sister Wives thing, that now with the 3 original wives gone, and it's all the Robin show now.
Right.
I mean, like, is anyone really interested in round 2?
No.
Like, I
Not of
struggle.
that.
Like, does
Like,
anyone?
I want
have
to see Janelle. I want to see Janelle settle. I want to see Mary settle. I want to see that, and I'm like done with the rest. I mean, because Christine settled, she's got David, and I am so done with that fucking wedding.
So you would almost be happy to wait a couple of years and just do like a Sister Wives family reunion 2-hour special.
I would be happy to see Janelle get her farm. I think this episode we see her buy the farm, We got to see. I want to see what Mary does. Get Mary to where she closes the house, and then move forward.
Okay, so you're just trying to get everyone to a stopping point.
Right. Like wrap the storylines up, then come back in 2 years and show me what the kids are doing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Except Robin's kids, because we've never seen Robin's kids for longer than 3 minutes until this season.
Oh, finally. Oh, and do you think? Well, now I wonder though. Like, aren't her kids a little bit older? Like they came in, they were already teenagers, weren't they?
No, they came in, and then one was 9, one was 10, and then they had 2 more. But the little ones never filmed. We haven't seen
Oh,
Dayton in years, and I do mean years. And it's like, let's see the OGs. What are they doing? You know, I don't want to go to like TLC. Be signing the OGs up.
fair enough, especially separate from their father.
Yes, far away from their father. Like Peyton,
And
he's not only pretty to look at, but he's funny. And it's really nice to see him grow into the man he's become.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah. All right. All right. So let's hop over. We got another star rocking the poly title and flying the
All
poly
right.
flag.
All right, so Neo introduces his 4 girlfriends after confirming polyamorous relationship. Say something nice or move on. The Grammy-winning singer said he was sharing more information about his situation since the world is so intrigued. Neo is a proud partner of 4 different women, and he's ready to show them off to the world. Just over a month after the So Sick singer 45 confirmed that he is in a polyamorous relationship, he shared an Instagram post on March 8th introducing his girlfriends, sharing their names and nicknames as well as photos of the women. Quote, since the world is so intrigued, I guess I should introduce my loves properly. He captioned his post, ladies and gents, I present my pyramid. With that, the star introduced Christina, pretty baby, Ariel, twin flame, Money, Phoenix Feather, and Bree, sexy little something. Say something nice or move on with your life. We happy over here, he added. So in a post of her own shared on February 10th, Money explained that she's happy with the situation, writing, it's a solid foundation. We understand each other. We stand on. 10, when it comes to each other, a lot of people will never understand that, and that's cool. I just know it's us versus nobody. In a radio appearance on Real 92.3 Los Angeles earlier this month, Neo, a father of 7, revealed the origins of his unique situation, explaining it came in the wake of his divorce from ex-wife Crystal Renee in 2022. After my divorce, I decided I ain't lying to nobody no more. I hurt a lot of people with just being dishonest about things that I could have been honest about, he said. I realize now if I'd have just been honest from the jump, I could have saved myself a whole bunch of headache, heartache, and everything else, because it's like once you draw your line in the sand, this is what it is, this is what it's not, and let her make the choice. You'll find the ones that rock the way you rock. The star said that one of the women has been in his life a little longer than the others. And one night he decided to take her and the other ladies in his life out to dinner together. So by the grace of God, everybody got along. They got along. And again, I feel like it's because I led with honesty, he explained. I let it be known, listen, I like you, but I also like her, and I also like her. So here's what I want to do. I want to bring this whole thing together. If you with it, cool. If you not, that's cool too. No love lost. The Because of You singer said the group of 5 does not all live together, but the women live nearby. When he's on tour, he'll bring each woman out for 7 days at a time. I have 7 children, so they'll come by, but for the most part, it's me and the kids, he said. But I think one of the most important things about this is understand that these are 4 individual women that need their individual time. So Neo confirmed his relationship status in February on the Ricky Smiley morning show, saying he's transparent about the situation with his 7 kids. He said that each woman has a different role in the household and gave examples, like one of his girlfriends will make his kids cereal, another will make lunch, and another will do laundry. It's family, he said. It's community. That's what it's about. All right. I think we might have lost sound there. I think you muted yourself.
There we go. I had to switch headsets.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Sorry. You have the same problem. Battery died.
Yes, but I've been in my headsets all day, so that happens.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does. So yes, you were saying.
So I think it's interesting that they're doing housework and all that, but it's like, where is all this going to? I also think it's awesome that he's come out and just laid it out. Unlike some stars we have seen before, who may be in a little bit of an Independence Day,
Okay.
you know.
Oh yeah. So Brenda says if a relationship works for people, it's no one else's place to put them down for it. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm there with that one.
Okay. Sorry, had to squelch a distraction. All right. So with that, things will be a little bit more open for him. I want to see the press, the comments, which have been really good. It's fun for all until one gets jealous. It is. You've got to manage your jealousy too.
Mm-hmm. Is a very key part of it. Yes.
Right. So very cool. Yeah. What you think?
Well, I was going to say, I was going to add on to your comment that, yeah, that is a part of it. And that is very much a part of the, if you don't want to do this, that's going to be the first thing that usually shows up.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you don't want to do this.
Right.
So, yeah. But no, I hope he finds a lot of happiness and that like this continues rolling for as long as it rolls. And if that's forever, that's great. But I do hope it runs well.
Mm-hmm. And I think it'll run very well. Yeah. I think he's already got the system down. I'm glad he avoided more than 2. Looks like he jumped that hurdle. And looks like, they've got to kind of the way how we handle it. You do some things, Invisible does some things, the other people in my life take care of other things. It works really well.
I would like to hear a little bit more from the women, though. I hope that becomes maybe a part of it that they kind of get to talk about it. I'd really like to see the Cody Brown count and Sister Wives counter. Like, no, this is similar but not the same. Similar situation, and this is what it looks like when it works.
Right.
That would be nice to get some celebrity attention towards.
It would be, and it would be nice to see, like, feel, I'm waiting for Christine's tell-all book. I'm waiting for Mary's book just to get the extra. And where things are at. But that hasn't come out yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah. You will get a book report, though. I promise you.
There you go.
Yes. And yes, I know I've got to get a video done. I've been working at it. It has not gotten there. I'm fighting with lighting in my new office to do, like, top-down stuff. All right. So with that, I know we're a little early, but let's hop into Are You an Asshole?
All right. Am I the asshole for mentioning a gangbang in front of my father-in-law. I, male 46, have a great relationship with my in-laws. My husband's, male 42, parents are divorced and both remarried, and I'm lucky to like both couples very much. We're currently traveling abroad with family and friends to celebrate my father-in-law's 70th birthday. One of the families brought their 18-year-old daughter and a few girlfriends. During cocktail hour, the girls recounted trying to get into a gay club on their first night. They rang a bell and a bouncer turned them away, saying no women. This struck me as unusual, so I looked up the club. We had a good laugh when it turned out to be a sex club, and they had gone on all nude night, just missing gangbang night by a day. The laughing group included the girl's mom and my father-in-law. When my husband overheard, he elbowed me and sternly said, "Not in front of my dad." His dad heard and gestured at the group, saying, "There are no blushing brides here." He found it so funny, he repeated the story to others that night. Context: my father-in-law is super open-minded and not shy about risque topics. None of my in-laws are. I, on the other hand, come from a very religious family where I could never and would never talk about these things. I have pretty solid EQ and know what's appropriate and what's not. So my husband's reprimand really bothered me. It felt controlling and made me feel like I should be embarrassed when literally no one else was fazed. I didn't want to make waves, so I left it alone. But my husband brought it up twice more. That
Right.
night, he said, okay. That night, oh, I've lost my place. Okay, so my husband brought it up twice more. That night, he said, if I tell you something makes me uncomfortable for you to talk about with my family, can you just respect that? Please don't bring up orgies with my dad. On face value, that's a reasonable request, which I could agree to. But because the actual event was far more innocent than telling sordid tales of orgies out of the blue, it didn't sit right with me 100%. The second time was today. We were sitting poolside next to the 18-year-olds, and I extended my hand for him to hold. He made an obscene pelvic gesture on my hand. I half joked, "And you had the nerve to censor me with your dad." It seemed harmless enough, but when we got back to the room, he was clearly re-triggered. He said, "When we visit your family, I'm there to support you, and I don't ask for anything. So please help me out by not bringing up orgies with my family." This time I was more direct. I told him it's not that clear cut and that it felt controlling, but I agreed to avoid conversational topics for the rest of the trip, which would have been the default anyway. The fact that I didn't offer an immediate and simple yes really bothered him. He has stayed mad for hours afterward, cold shouldering me at the birthday dinner, being glib when I tried to include him in conversations, and now continuing to be disengaged as we get ready for bed. If I'm seeing the sideways, I want to know so I can adjust, but right now I feel like he's being overly sensitive and controlling. Am I the asshole?
I don't feel that you're the asshole. However, I think that some people do not have open relationships and able to communicate with their parents. They still see them as big holy idols above them. Newsflash, mom is past that. Like, we don't do that hiding of shit.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's something else here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like everyone's otherwise fine.
Right.
And I kind of am in lockstep with OP that, like, you didn't go into sordid, like, oh, there was one time at an orgy, no, you just literally use the words, and okay, it's hilarious because they could have ended up at, some horrible, unintentionally ended up at some horrible night to be there.
Good bouncer call.
Pardon?
Good bouncer call. Like, you don't belong here.
Yeah. Good bouncer call. Good bouncer call.
Yeah.
But I'm a little thrown off by, like, given the fairly innocent nature. I mean, it's a
Hmm.
little bit of a slightly risque comment to make, but otherwise, it's kind of, okay, everyone's cool.
Hmm.
I don't really get where OP's other half is. I'm
I
like,
think.
why is this such a big deal to you? Like, I would feel controlled as well at this point.
Hmm.
It would be like, you're gonna have to give me more than that,
Hmm.
because I need to understand your context here, or you need to go sit with that
Right.
and figure out what your real problem is, because I don't think that's it.
Right.
Like, that's a comment I mean, again, not going to talk about, being at orgies, going to orgies, lurid details of orgies in front of,
Right.
like, my grandmother.
Hmm.
But I think that you could, like, relate the story. Oh my God, we almost went to the club on, or gangbang night.
Right.
And, if she knows what that word means, then she can,
Right.
grasp her pearls. And if she doesn't, then,
You'll throw her a
she
dictionary.
at least gets the idea that that's not a good night to go on.
Right.
So everyone learns a lesson.
Hmm.
Um,
So asshole or not the asshole? I go not the asshole.
I'm not the asshole unless there is some event you have completely forgotten about.
Hmm.
Like something they have already told you that should be locked in, that, like, oh, hell no.
Hmm.
I'm going with not the asshole. Like, I'm dead serious. If this were a conversation between us, I would be looking at you going, I'm gonna need more.
Right.
Like, otherwise you're being a controlling jerk, and you can stop now.
Right. Very much so.
So,
Okay. So the poll is up. Feel free to vote as we dig into Ask Gay Bros Over 30.
all right. So I am so tired of stereotypes attached to tops and bottoms. Is anyone else tired of how heteronormative our community can be? If you're a top, you're expected to be lousy, not have a personal style, be into sports, drink beer instead of cocktails, play video games, have a massive member, hate skincare, never listen to pop music, and basically act like a straight guy. If you're a bottom, you're supposed to be femme coded, into drag race, cocktails, skin routines, just like a woman. It's almost like top and bottom stopped being about sex and became personality traits. Personally, I don't even care much about anal sex, so maybe I don't get why it's so important to fit into these stereotypes, or why others care so much. If I find a guy attractive, I don't care about their position. I use verse on apps because I don't want to close myself off, but most of the guys who message me or I meet with are bottoms, and many just assume I'm lying. Why? Because I like pop music, because I have a accent. Perhaps because I trim my body hair and use skincare products that aren't 3-in-1 shampoo. One guy literally told me I had to be a bottom because I watched RuPaul's Drag Race, and this was after he provided some oral attention. Thing is, I'll top if my date wants that, but it's not central to how I connect with someone. Most of the time, I'm just happy cuddling, receiving and giving oral attention, or masturbating together. I don't need a role to enjoy intimacy. Oh, and this is another one stereotype that I dislike, that if I like to give oral attention, that I am not a top, and that only a bottom likes to do that. Tops just need to lay back and receive, just like a straight guy. Met a guy once at a bathhouse who left because I wanted to give him such attention. It feels like a lot of guys still want to slot us into top or bottom boxes like we're living in a gay version of 1950s marriage, playing the boxed-in dynamics as straight couples.
Yes. And so fucking messed up on so many goddamn levels.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
And ironically, I think various...
I just saw Brenda's comment on her "Are you the asshole?"
Oh yeah. Those will be great in a minute. But no, ironically, the biggest thing on this post is what he's talking about varies a bit by location. Because that's how it's working out in your neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
In other areas, it's the flip opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And your more femmy RuPaul Drag Race watching skincare loving guys end up being tops.
Mm-hmm. We're forced into top role.
Well, one way or another, I'm just saying it varies by location. It's not just one set of stereotypes. And ultimately it does start getting a little bit frustrating.
Right.
That someone wants to just be able to look at what you like and what you're wearing, your appearance, how you take care of your appearance, and extrapolate a bunch of data from it.
Right. And it's like your marketing is as bad as Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's personality versus sexual preferences. Those are two totally different things.
Mm-hmm.
But it is funny. It is funny.
Yeah, it is funny. When do you think that I think this began when we started getting the must fit into heteronormative, so let's assign the position, let's assign traits to those positions.
I don't know that it's that. I think we've always had the general interest in the idea of which one's the woman and which one's the man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's two dudes in a relationship, so I'm gonna go with they're both dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right.
Huh? How hard can you struggle with this?
Honey, I've sat there and watched their heads explode. Mm-hmm. Just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I don't know. I got the purse today. He's carrying the wallet. Who knows? Tomorrow he may carry the bag out of the house.
Decided by whichever one of us gets handed the check.
Well, that too. Like, that happens so often. Of course, you got into trouble tonight. I got into trouble 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. It's been fun. So our, poor Kobe Asian Fusion, we're hurting their brains. So yeah, tonight I walk in without him because he's busy working and he is just like, go pick up dinner. Like, that's what I want, just whatever, pick up dinner. So I went to go pick up dinner, and like I couldn't even place my order till I explained where he was and why he wasn't there. Or Brenda says, pick by who's wearing the pearls. That works too. Not really for us, but it could work.
I could use a strand of sea cultured pearls, but that's just me.
Fair enough. But no, I and then there's your version of what happened.
So me and my date go there to eat because it's the easiest restaurant I can eat at. I've got a waitress. I don't have to do 50 explanations. It's like, this is what I want. Please deliver.
He thought.
So I thought. So I go in with my date. We're sitting down. The waitress comes to the table and about passes out. Walks behind him and is like, who's this? I'm like, yeah, and where's your other one? At home. Like, she didn't know if she was trying to blow a cheating up, what I was doing, where I was at, and I'm just like...
I'm pretty sure our waitress was at, like, if you are cheating on him, this ends right you.
Exactly.
Like we have offended the natural order of their gay couples that go to their restaurant.
Yeah, because there's 4 of us.
Well, yeah, at least, but there's 2, and it's been funny because there's us and another couple that usually go,
right,
and have near identical orders, and it constantly gets our drinks switched. Like I think they are both in the same boat. That one of them gets sweet tea, one of them gets Pepsi, and they keep flipping back and forth who gets it.
Right.
Because we go in and reset them, and then they go in and reset them, and then
we need to like have them pass numbers so we can just do a 4 table and confuse the fuck out of them.
Oh yeah, that'll be the wildest meal ever.
Yeah. But, because we do Kobe at least once a week. It's normally our date/house business night when I can get out of the house. But it's just funny as hell. And it's even, when it's like, go get me dinner. It is before 9 o'clock, fetch me dinner.
We've already had Sheets and Taco Bell twice.
Yes.
You're doing, Kobe.
I'm like, I don't care where you go. Like, just bring me food. What I said. Today I was like, I just need food. I don't care. And he goes, anywhere? And I said, gluten-free. Yeah.
Well, you managed gluten-free tutors today as well. That was pretty...
That was a surprise. That was a real surprise that you pulled that stunt off.
Hey, I worked my way through it. I was like, what can I do? What's on the menu? What can I do? Because I already had to stop and think of, like, I'm sure they dropped those potatoes, deep fry them, and they also drop some breaded items. That's probably a bad idea.
Right, but we need to check with them because they may not co-drop them.
Yeah.
Like, we just need to
ask. Use the same fryer. Yeah.
Right. Because like that's an issue in some places. Some places don't do that, and we're happy because I can at least get fries and a milkshake. But it's just like how it's handling out, how things are going, where things are going at, and like be balancing them out. It can be a little stressful at times. It can be a little problematical at times, but we fuck with people's heads all the time.
Yes. And you going for a date with someone else to Kobe. Well, because, I mean, we've been doing this for a while. Like,
since COVID.
Yeah. And before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we were already established customers before. So, yeah, it was definitely messed with some heads.
It does. Now, I know a few of the people there. We know our waitress very well. I know the kitchen dude very well. Like, me and him have been friends for like 20 years. And it just messes with their heads. That messed with their heads. But other times, it's just hilarious. Like, we go to a new restaurant, and it depends on how I'm dressed. If I am t-shirts, blue jeans, and cowboy boots, I'm getting the check. Every time, guaranteed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like there's like 90% if you're dressed like that, you will get the check. There's still a 10% variance there.
Right.
Where it's like, really?
Yeah. IHOP was the best. Yeah, IHOP was the best for that one. They would always hand you the check because I would come in from a show, I'm toast, and they just hand him the check, and I'm like, "Oh, you must be top tonight."
Apparently.
Yeah, the Asian places apparently think that I'm Mr. Moneybags.
Yep. You always get the check there. Most. Again, there's a rare variance there. But yeah, and then steakhouses, it's almost always me. Like, I'm almost always the one that gets it.
Right.
Or they
Always.
do but it's also high in the number of restaurants where there's the pause.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't have
Yeah. And then there's times when I'm just too tired to order, so he orders for me because I
yeah,
just
that's all over. I'm getting a check too.
you're getting a check too. But even hanging out with like friends and stuff, they've made judgment calls, and I've had to look at them and go, "You may want to flip that coin a different direction, buddy."
Yep.
So, but no, this is very common. It's like I think the straight equivalent to this is when the woman runs the house and the husband doesn't have a damn clue what a hot water tank looks like, but he runs into conversations all the time about hot water tanks and plumbing problems and roofing problems and grass services.
Or like friends of mine, he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't drive.
Right.
He doesn't drive.
Mm-hmm.
No one is buying a car for him because he doesn't drive.
Mm-hmm.
Stop talking to him about the car. He
Right.
also doesn't manage the finances that are going to pay for the car.
Right.
He has no clue what
Right.
they can afford or not.
Right.
Talk to her. Because he'll be like, okay, sure, that sounds great.
Right.
The accountant in that relationship is going to have a moment
Right.
of like, sit down, shut up,
Right.
agree to nothing else. Okay.
Right.
Just okay. Yeah. But no, it does pose a problem for them. And I did not realize this. Several years ago now, I went down to visit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was working. She had a couple of days off because I was down. And they had just moved into this new apartment. They needed a television. She was so excited to go buy this television because she could take it with her.
Right.
Okay, whatever. I'm not paying attention. But yeah, so we go into a Walmart in the South, the deep South. And she proceeds to be like, this is the television I want. I have to go to the bathroom, just get the television. Okay.
Right.
I screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
I told the dude what television she wanted. And then I made the mistake of saying, like, he was asking some questions. And I was like, well, it's for my friend. She'll be out of the bathroom in a minute.
Right.
And instantly he wants to talk to her husband about this television and does not want to sell this television to her.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh, no, you didn't.
Right.
Oh, no, you didn't. Okay.
Right.
No, now I understand. If you told me that before
Right.
we went shopping, I would have understood my role. You didn't tell me what the role was. Here we are.
Right.
I understand now. For the rest of my trip, I will not screw this up again. Thank you. I understand now.
Well, it's like I can't send you to the garden store either.
Nope.
Because I get a phone call looking for Mrs. Arrington to make sure he has the right mulch or the right plants or the right potting soil.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so Brenda says, a lady I worked with let them talk to her husband, freed her up to check out the cars herself. She'd signal when ready, and he'd tell the salesperson, you need to talk to her. I'm not buying one.
But no, sometimes it's fun to play with stereotypes. Sometimes it's like, okay, let's use this to our advantage, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it works.
It does. It does.
But no, the stereotypes suck. The reality is you're not going to break them.
No.
Not. People have them. They are attached to them. It is a hill they will die on. So the most you can do, really, is just try to screw with it as much as possible. and then point and laugh.
Right.
Because while rude to point and laugh, it is appropriate given their stereotype judgments. So
Right.
enjoy all you can do.
Right. You know, and it's just hilarious because these stereotypes you describe are so backasseries, in my opinion. All right, so let's check out the poll. Survey says, no, you are not the asshole for continuing to talk about what you want with your father-in-law.
There you go. So Brenda says he might be surprised at what his parents tried before. Depends upon the parents. Mom, I could joke about that with. Dad's side of the family, anything even near sex was taboo to mention. Maybe dad has an orgy story that husband is terrified dad will tell. Husband's parents met at one? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think it's you're going to have to give me more than that. Otherwise, you're a controlling jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even though I get accused of it, I'm not a controlling jerk. All right, guys. So tomorrow is Psychic Saturday at the Crystal Lotus Shop in St. Albans, West Virginia. I have some appointments available, possibly not many. You'll want to go ahead and try to book tonight. The appointments are up on the website. Pre-booking is always preferred. It saves your spot, and you don't have to wait for me to get done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always like the pre-books, and it does make it easier when people get there for them to just go right in for their appointment. And because sometimes it fills up pretty quick.
It does. It does. The day fills up. It's a busy day. Yes, I will be doing psychic readings. That includes tarot and 8 oracle deck that I grab in the morning. I'm also doing a new psychic charge. It's taking Reiki and psychic energy and combining them and shaking them up in a jar and throwing them into you. Brenda's had my Reiki before. You can also get that service, but that service is not bookable. You have to show up for it.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Very cool.
Very cool. All right. So with that, let's wrap this up.
All right. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Brenda, Joan Owen, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Caitlin Bell, Devin, and Bella. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
Right, and we will see you Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Thank you for the review, my darling. With that, y'all, good night.
Good night.